Yo, what is going on, guys? Rewind's here, and I'm bringing you my first review to this channel. Today we're going to be reviewing Boruto Manga Chapter 55. So I'm excited to talk about that. I'm going to start this video off by telling you guys how I'm going to format the review. And I will also tell you what I'm going to be doing in the future for them. So to start things off, I just wrote down a bunch of points over here for this review. But normally what I think I'm going to do in the future when I learn how to is put gameplay in the background for you guys rather than just having a screen for you guys to look at. I mean, unless you guys don't mind this format, let me know what you guys think. And definitely let me know what you guys think of the chapter overall, because I'd love to hear about it and talk to you guys about it in the comments. So to start this off, I'm going to tell you guys some key points of the chapter, basically do like a recap type of thing. And then after that, I'm going to tell you guys what I thought were pros and cons in my opinion of the chapter, and then give it an overall rating out of 10. So let's jump into it. So first thing that happened is Kurama and Naruto had a conversation to start off the chapter. If you guys remember, the last chapter ended off with Naruto unconscious, and there was like the cliffhanger of if he had survived or not. So basically what happened is Naruto survived, but at the cost of Kurama's life. So that connects to my key points 1 and 2. And man, I was pretty shook about that. I was pretty sad. And as I'm sure a lot of people were, I know a lot of people were also angry about it. But I think when you think about what the approach the writers are going for here, I think they did the right thing, because you already nerfed Sasuke by taking away his Rinnegan. So now you also nerf Naruto as well, and this kind of adds more tension to the show, or to the manga. And that makes sense because you have like this whole situation going on with these Otsutsukis and Kara, but you have people like Naruto and Sasuke that are always there to protect the new generation. So nerfing them might have been a good idea. We don't know how they're going to handle the direction of this in the future, but I thought that how they nerfed them, I think they executed it pretty well. I really did like Kurama's send-off, and I really like how it was written, because Kurama deceived Naruto, which is very in character, because if Naruto had known that Kurama was going to die by using this form, he would have never done it. So we got to give some props to Kurama there, because otherwise everybody would be dead, because Naruto would have hesitated. But props to Kurama. He will be back sometime in the future, because all the tail beasts do eventually come back. We just don't know when it's going to happen. But as Kurama said, Naruto needs to take care, and that might be the last conversation they have ever. But we'll see what happens later in the future. Then we cut to Naruto Awakening. And I really like this scene because you can see the relief on everybody's face, especially Boruto, who immediately goes and hugs Naruto. And I think that was a beautiful scene, because you get to see how much he truly cares about him, and it just shows how much he's progressed further from what he was when he was first introduced to us. Then we cut to Code, who is the Kara member that was left to watch the Ten Tails. And we then discover that he was sleeping and he has his own karma. But turns out he has an incomplete karma, and he has a white karma instead of the regular one. So it's kind of like a defective karma, but he has one. And from what I understand here, his karma prevents him from being a suitable vessel for Ishiki. So I think he was a little disappointed about that, but from what I understand, he is a pretty big worshiper of Ishiki's plan. So then we cut to a scene where Code has a conversation with Ishiki, who pops out of his karma as it was kind of like a scene where he pops out like a genie. That's kind of how I thought of it, and this sets up for future events. This karma was implanted, I guess, in Code, I guess in the circumstance that Ishiki did fail, which he did, and Ishiki has this conversation with Code about who betrayed him, and on top of that, he has this. He tells him. He tells him the names of the traitors, which is Boruto, Kawaki, Amado, Naruto, and Sasuke, of course, who killed him and all that. And he also tells him about how Otsuzukis live and how he can carry on the will of an Otsutsuki by getting one of the vessels, bearing a chakra fruit, and eating it, and then to keep on evolving by devouring each planet's chakra fruit. So I found that to be pretty interesting as well. Then we have Boruto and Kawaki moments. When it comes to Boruto and Kawaki moments, I thought this was good because you can tell that their friendship has hit another level, and that's shown through Kawaki caring for Boruto and saying that he's gonna make sure that he gets rid of Boruto's karma, because Boruto helped him get rid of his, and Kawaki hated the karma. So, and now we see that Boruto hates his karma too, and it's good to see that Kawaki's keeping his word, that he wants to help someone that's dealing with the same pain that he dealt with. So, I like the connection they got there, and it really seems like their future is going to be really interesting. I'm really excited to see how he decides to turn on Boruto. I hope it's handled well, but only time's going to tell. So the next key thing I want to talk about is Amado's reaction. So thanks to Boruto's karma, they were able to go back to the village, and as a result, we have some people reacting. Shikamaru's told that everybody's back safely, but they're injured. And Amado has a shocked reaction because he hears that Kawaki's still okay. And his reaction is like, oh my god, thank goodness. So it gets you to wonder if he has some type of bigger plan in his mind having to do with Kawaki, because we still don't know what's going on with Amado completely. We don't know what he's going to do now after this chapter. We don't know if he's going to cooperate or if he has some, I guess, ulterior motives. But only time's going to tell. So now, when it comes to the end of the chapter, we wrapped up the chapter with Code basically plotting his revenge, setting up for the future, naming the traitors that he learned from Ishiki, and now he's just planning his move, which I think is going to be interesting because I think next chapter is going to be a lot of aftermath stuff. I feel like it's going to be pretty chill. I could be wrong, but I don't think Code is going to attack them just yet. I think Code is going to come up with some type of master plan that's going to take some time, but we'll see what happens with that. But I think next chapter is going to be some Kara stuff with Code planning. He might talk to Delta or something because Delta is still alive. Maybe we'll see Kashi and Koji. And then we're probably going to see a lot of family moments in the next episode of everybody being okay and relieved. And I really want to see Team 7 get together. I need to see Sarada and Mitsuki come back and talk to Boruto. And I want to see Konohamaru involved too, because I feel like they don't involve him enough. But I feel like that needs to happen for sure in the next chapter. But we'll see what happens in March when it does come out. So unfortunately, my recording cut off for some reason. I don't know why. That's pretty annoying, but I was going to talk about the pros and cons, in my opinion, of the chapter, so let me just add that on here. So what I really liked are the Naruto and Kurama scenes. I thought the conversations they had were pretty in character, and I feel like they did a decent job of making it an emotional send-off. However, I do feel like when the anime does this, it's going to be a lot better because I feel like they're going to have that music playing in the background, and I feel like they're going to handle the scene very well. So I'm looking really forward to that, but I think for the manga, it did a pretty good job on that send-off scene. Another pro that I found was Amado's reaction. And I say this because I think this is foreshadowing something between Amado and Kawaki. Maybe he has some ulterior motives. We don't know if he's going to cooperate with the village. He might not, but only time is going to tell. Then there's Ishiki's backup plan. I was pretty happy about this one because One thing I was wondering after everybody came back is, well, what's next? We knew that Code was still around, we knew Delta was still around, but we didn't know what was going to happen next. And, well, now we're seeing that Ishiki's backup plan was Code, and now Code is basically carrying on the Otsutsuki will. And I don't think Code is going to attack anytime soon. I feel like it's going to be something he does post time skip. So we're going to have to wait and see for that. But it's good to know that there's events being set in motion. And I'm really excited to see what the events are that lead to the time skip itself. I was happy that all our main characters now are back in the village and that they made it safely. I mean, rest in peace to Kurama. I'm really sad Kurama had to go, but Kurama is going to be back sometime, or hypothetically should be. So I hope that happens, but if not, oh man, that's going to be pretty sad. But I am really, really glad that Naruto and Sasuke especially made it out alive. They may have been nerfed, which kind of sucks, but if you think about it through like a story objective type of view, I think they're doing the right thing by nerfing the main characters so there's like more tension, so you feel like the new gen actually has to step up and do something, because this is Boruto's manga, not Naruto's manga. So you gotta understand that Boruto is gonna be doing, the main character stuff, and Boruto's gonna have to step up because this is his story. Naruto can be there to guide him, but Naruto's not gonna be the one who wraps up the show necessarily when it comes to winning a war or beating the final enemy, in my opinion at least. But we'll see what happens. I mean, Naruto could play a role, of course, but I don't think he'll be the guy to beat the main villain in this show or series. And then Boruto and Kawaki's development. I thought this was really good. They're basically like brothers now, and they got each other's backs. You can tell. I mean, one of the best scenes, in my opinion, in this chapter was when Kawaki said that no matter what, he's going to make sure Boruto's karma is gone. He's going to make sure that Boruto actually can live karma-free, kind of like how Kawaki is now. Boruto helped liberate Kawaki from his karma, as did Naruto and Sasuke. So Kawaki wants to return the favor. And I'd say it's because he knows what Boruto's going through. He had a bad experience with it, and now Kawaki believes that Boruto's going to have a bad experience with it too. And it's got to be taken care of anyway, because the whole issue that happened with Momoshiki, you can't have Momoshiki taking over his body again, because who's going to stop Momoshiki now? Sasuke's nerfed, Naruto's nerfed. What is going to happen now with it, So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, especially if Momoshiki rises back somehow, taking control of Boruto. So we'll see what happens with that. The only con I thought of, and it wasn't even too big of a con, is I think they showed like a design when Ishiki was talking of the Otsutsuki King, or that's what a lot of people seem to assume it was. And I didn't think it was bad, like terrible, but I didn't really like it too much either. It looked pretty weird to me. It looked like some weird sci-fi stuff that you would see, but it's not a big con where I would like say the chapter sucks just because of a character design or something like that. But that was like the only little thing. It wasn't anything crazy, but we'll see how they handle that. I hope that's not a villain in the future, but you never know. But yeah, that's what happened in the chapter. I recapped. I said what I liked, said what I didn't like, and now I'm going to give you my score. Overall, I think this chapter was pretty fire. I think this chapter is a solid 9 to a 9.5 out of 10, which is pretty high, I know, but writing was really good in this chapter. There was good foreshadowing of future events, and it's a nice wrap up to an arc. So I feel like they did a great job overall with this chapter, and I hope they can keep this momentum up, because I really want Boruto to succeed, and a lot of people have been sleeping on it. I'm not going to force you to like it, obviously. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I do feel like you can't be out here saying that Boruto's like some horribly written series when clearly it's not. It does have its flaws, of course, like any other manga, but I feel like overall they've stepped up their game for a while. I know the Boruto anime had like a long phase of anime only content. I'm not gonna call it filler because it is anime canon. So I know they had their phase of that, and I know a lot of people got sick of that. But even the anime is stepping up its game now. They're getting to the manga content. They're getting to the good stuff, and I feel like they're executing the manga stuff even better because they're expanding on it. But yeah, basically, I think more and more people, as time is going, they're seeing how good it really is, and that it's just like a common, popular, like, I guess, misconception that people say that it's a bad series. I think before you believe that it's a bad series, you should give it a try and read it for yourself without really looking up other people's opinions, because then you're not going to be able to form your own. But yeah, that's what I think of it overall. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering what I thought of it overall. I think Boruto has a lot of potential. It could even be as good as the first two Naruto parts. It really could. We just got to see how it's handled. I don't want to judge it till it's finished, but right now I think it's on a pretty good track, and I'm enjoying it. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed my first review. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe. Have a good day. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.